Welcome back to another episode of Hair Mafia. Thank you. Today, in my heart, and hopefully after today, all you guys listeners' hearts, is a very special guest today, Sidney.
Hello.
Hey, girl. We work together, which is why it's even more amazing. So, yeah, you're like our third special guest.
Oh, I feel special.
Yeah. I mean, it's whatever. I mean, I kind of thought you'd be like third, but anyways. So we're going to start with, what did you do this weekend?
I actually went back to my hometown and did some hometown things with my family, and we went to a football game.
Okay.
Yeah.
What is like hometown things? Where is your hometown?
You know, I grew up in a very small town.
That's what I thought.
Jay, Oklahoma. It's like the very corner of Oklahoma.
How long does it take to get there?
3.5 hours.
Girl, you should have just went to
Dallas.
Dallas.
Middle of nowhere. But yeah, it was kind of nice to get away for a minute, and it's like a mini vacation. My parents live on the lake.
Ooh, yeah. Well, not that this is like anything to do with, but Sidney, you've had like a really good summer, right?
Yes,
Tons of bachelorette parties and golfing.
Golfing, yeah. Fun fact, I play golf and I do hair.
Mm-hmm.
And let's see. Yeah, the summer has been crazy. All my friends decided to get married and have babies at the same time.
Yes, that was the other thing. I was like, there's two, and you're just like,
there's
the babies I don't get
on.
tired of. I mean, not that they weren't anything to me, but.
Weddings are fun, but it's a lot. Yeah, so.
Working them.
I've been.
Not so much.
Not so much. Yeah, I have done a couple of weddings. I've been in it and also doing the hair.
And you celebrated a wedding anniversary, not to tell all your business, but I mean, like, you just had a busy summer. And like, I'm just like, where is she? Because like at our old salon, we worked together. Like, we saw each other all the time. It was like just me and her, and now she's just like gone.
Yeah.
But she's living life.
I am living my best life. But
Speaking
I'm ready
of
for slow
life,
down.
Tracy does life is living hers.
Yes, she is. So that's why I'm a special guest tonight.
Yeah.
She is doing her thing.
I'm riding solo, you know.
Well, kind of. I'm here. Wow.
I know. You saved my life. So see, I guess I should talk about what I did this weekend.
Yeah. What did you do?
I went to Tulsa to see a friend, and that was fun. I went to the Gathering Place, which I guess I had been there a couple of times, but every time I go, it's kind of later at night, and so half the park garden shuts down, and it reminded me of like the new Jurassic Park, like I don't know
Because it's kind of like in the middle of nowhere.
It's in the middle of nowhere, and
it's like this massive park.
Yes,
it's amazing.
Because we'll get into it, but like, yes, you commute to Tulsa, but we'll get into that in a second. Because I don't remember what else I did. I worked a wedding.
You worked a wedding?
And it was funny because I like had all these rules. I was like, okay, everybody come with clean, dry hair. And they're like, oh, it's going to be so easy. We just want our hair down and curled, or maybe half up, half down. They decide the day of that everybody wants an updo. I hate doing updos, which you're like the queen of them. You do them in like 2 seconds. And I'm like, teach me. You're like, I just kind of do it, AJ.
Yeah, I just do. I just throw it out there like, okay, we're doing an updo. I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm going to pin all these things together and it's going to look great. I hope so. I hope they like it. You got this.
But that was probably the most significant thing. So let's talk more about you. Why do you like doing hair? What interested you in doing hair?
I actually started doing hair because all my friends had the same hairdo.
What was it?
Going to the same girl. I have blonde friends. And so literally everyone had the same hair color. And I was like, I'm over this. I want to do something to change it. Like, yeah, blondes, they might have more fun, but.
After we hung out, I don't believe that at all.
Have more fun.
Yes.
But, so I just wanted I wanted to make my girls look different, my friends.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was like, you know what? I'm going to try this hair school thing out. I went to college for a year. It was great. It was fun. Did all the things, met all the people. But I was like, you know what? I want to do something that makes people feel good.
Mm-hmm.
And hair is one of those things. So taking them, taking my friends in, just like, doing something a little bit different on each person. That was kind of fun too.
Do you have any like interesting stories as you were like on this journey of doing hair and then doing their hair where they're just like, we hate it?
Yeah.
Or did they pretend to like it?
No, they did pretend to like it. But this one time, I was in hair school and my friend was like, hey, are you further enough along where you can just do my hair? And so I literally did her hair in my mom's kitchen. And I was like, I don't know what the hell I'm doing. So
I've been there.
I did bring a toner that I thought would work for her hair. Well, she turned into Princess Peach. So that was a big learning thing for me. I was like, okay, I don't know what I'm doing. So
what did she say though? And how did you fix it?
Oh gosh. So I was like rinsing her hair out in the sink at my mom's house. And I was like, oh my gosh, you're going to hate me. We're not going to be friends after this. Like, this is going to be the end of our friendship. But no, she played off really well. And she was like, well, it does look a little peach. And she goes, I did want like a soft blend. And we're like, okay. And then in my head, I'm like, this is ugly. What did I just do to my friend? And she was really cool. And she ended up coming back to school with me. And I adjusted it at school with my teachers. But
how long did she have to wear it?
I mean, like 2 weeks, I think.
2 weeks?
Yeah. We're still friends.
Yeah, okay.
She was in my wedding.
I mean, I'm just like, most people like freak out.
They do. But
it's like, she was like, I'm rocking it.
Yeah, I'm going to do this. This is my friend. That happened. And then I'm trying to think of some other stories. Of course, my mom. I love my mom. She lets me do whatever I want to her hair. Mm-hmm. And then sometimes I'm like, I probably should have done something different.
Yeah.
And
so I have a question.
Okay.
And maybe you can answer it. What's it like to do your in-laws' hair?
My in-laws?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
No, they seem really cool. I wouldn't ask if that was a trap.
No, I love my in-laws. They're awesome. But it was a little nerve-wracking at first because my mother-in-law has gone to the same guy for 22 years. And when she asked me to do her hair, I was like, yes. But I'm also a little bit nervous because you have gone to the same guy for 22 years and like styles have changed, but it worked out good. And so she loved it and we're continuing to do it.
I was gonna say, she seems pretty easygoing.
She is easygoing. But yeah, so then I have the whole family too, because, I did work in Tulsa for 9 years and now I'm building my business in Oklahoma City.
Yeah.
So it is like, I do have a lot of family right now, which is a little interesting. And I'm like, are they talking behind my back like a family dinner? Like, is everyone like what I'm doing? But I haven't had any bad feedback yet. So
I mean, I feel like you would hear a whisper or something by
so
now.
Too.
But yeah. Oh my gosh, tell them the story about your husband. And he cut his hair.
Oh my gosh. So people say like marry a hairstylist, you'll never have to wait on a hair appointment.
Yeah, you will.
You will. You'll be the last person to get them to your hair appointment, or I will push you aside. Anyways, so my husband, love him to death. So he does not let me cut his hair. Like when we first started dating, he did not. He was like, I go to a barber, and I'm like, cool. I don't do barber. Like, no, I don't do men's hair cutting at all. But I was like, yeah, I'm going to trim your neck because that really drives me crazy is men's necklines. Like, I would carry a razor in my purse if I could to, like, trim up everyone's necklines. Disgusting.
Especially when it's, like, creeping and, like, wants to connect.
Yes.
No offense.
No offense to anybody, but, like, trim your neckline.
Get it lasered. It's really inexpensive these days. Like, shout out to Laser Light Skin Clinic or whatever med spa you can go to. Just, like, couple zaps, 3 sessions. You're good.
Yes, you got this.
Why not?
Sorry, off the subject of my husband.
And her husband is like, I've only met him like twice, maybe once, definitely. I've seen videos and he's like the funniest person. She's like, he's kind of not because I don't understand why he does it. Like just the things he does.
Yeah, he's off the wall, but
eating Oreos on skewers.
Yes.
Like watching whatever and dipping it in a martini glass or something.
He loves his martini Oreo glasses. He does. Ugh.
So his neck.
So his neckline, yeah. So I'm like, I always want to trim his neckline. And finally, family outing, doing stuff. And I was like, you know what? I'm cutting your hair today. So he needed to look nice for a wedding, and I was like, let me trim your hair. So I cut his neckline, and then I'm like shaking around his face, and he decides to like headbutt me and thinks it's funny because he wants the like buzz look, and I do not like the buzz look. And I want him to grow the hair out on the top of his head, you know, trim up the sides. It's like the style right now. And he headbutts me as I'm in the front forehead of like his haircut.
Okay, when you say headbutt, you clarify because I'm like it wasn't like head to head.
I mean, he didn't headbutt me, but like
she's not abused.
I'm not.
It's like
No.
She keeps saying you headbutt me.
No. He headbutted, like head nodded at me as I have the razor in front of his head, so it like trims a little bit more of his hairline than I wanted to. And so we both just laughed, and he was like, I'm just trying to get you to shave my head. And I'm like, I don't want that. And so now he has this really boxy hairline.
So wait, so you salvaged it? You didn't tell me that part. I thought you like shaved it.
No,
Girl, he just got a patch in the front of his head.
Well, he kind of
looks good.
He kind of has a tiny widow's peak, and so I was trying to like, we're not gonna have that widow's peak. So that's what happened.
It worked out.
And then I loved it. And so he has got a boxy hairline right now, but it's fine.
So I'm doing my best not to expose myself.
Okay.
But I think if they're listening, they'll know. But like, do you remember, it's going into this question of how many times have I been like doing something crazy and you're like, AJ, stop. The context is, so there was a project, a group of girls getting their hair done, but I did not know who was related to who. And I was just like, oh, Sidney, here we are, blah, blah, blah. Remember that girl? She was such a bitch. And you were like, you couldn't even say like who it is. And you were like, that's her like sister or mom or something.
Yeah,
and I was like,
sitting in my chair. Oh.
They don't look alike. I was just like, what? I was like about to go. And I was like, yeah, who the fuck do they think they are? And she's like, I'm not picking up on any clues. And I'm just like, she was like, yeah, so they're related. And I was like, oh, did I say something really bad? She goes, I don't think she caught on.
I don't think she caught on at all, but no.
Weddings are stressful though. So that's the context though. I just like to react to things.
That's okay. But we do need a safe word maybe.
Zucchinis.
Yeah.
I don't know. Who would have thought we'd need a safe word in a salon?
Yeah.
But because this is also what I'm curious about. So you've built a really good business in Tulsa, world-renowned salon.
Oh.
Just kidding. I mean, it's well known.
I mean, it is well known in Tulsa.
And you almost died there. We can't forget that.
Oh
so
my
which one do you want to start with?
God.
Transitioning or almost dying?
Oh, I think the almost dying was like I need to get away. No, I'm just kidding.
And the dumb part is I didn't realize till months later that like you literally were the one that would have gotten killed. Yeah. You were like, no, it was my station.
Yeah. Oh gosh. No, it's been a lot. So like, and then I transitioned right before my wedding. So who tries to like stop their career and start it in another city right before they get married? Mm-hmm. I don't know. Crazy person like me. Yeah. So what he's talking about almost dying is I was in the salon on a Monday, 10 a.m. and a car comes through the window where I was just standing in front of the window.
Yeah.
And my client...
Like, weren't you like walking to the back or something? Like you'd like...
Well, I had walked... Yeah, I could have got hit. I literally walked around where the window is, like right in front of it, to go to the person behind me. They're stationed to borrow some clips because I borrow things sometimes, you know. But, yeah, and I came back around and everything, like glass was flying in our faces. I had no idea. The blinds were down that day, so thank goodness we didn't see it coming. But, like, at the same time, I wish I could have seen it coming because I didn't know what was happening at the time. But thankfully, my client and I, we were just, like, all of a sudden standing at the shampoo bowls, which were, like, 20 feet away from the window. I just looked at her and she looked at me like, what in the hell just happened?
And I've heard this story a couple times, but I didn't even know all these details. Because I'm like, it just occurred to me you probably had a client. Like, what if you would have been like, girl, sit there, I'll be right back. And she's like, just catapulted.
Yes.
I'm like grateful that she did.
I mean, we're both grateful that we both had legs that could move and like she had her computer in front of her, and I was just like, how the heck did where's your computer at? Like, how did you get away from that?
Dang.
Like, on a tray? It was crazy. But yeah, so that was like, whew, it was a lot.
But also, people were getting their hair done. So how did you guys finish their hair?
Oh my word.
Like, I've never even thought to ask this.
People are ruthless. Like, I don't think people understand this, but like, they were like, so like, when are you going to finish my hair? And I'm like, I can't even focus right now.
Was
like,
that your client or was it
no,
just like other clients?
it wasn't my client was like, listen, okay, so funny story. Actually, let me rewind. She was getting married that Saturday. And so she needed her hair done. So I was like, listen, I'll come to your house. I'll do it. You know, we're doing extensions too. So that takes extra long. So I was like, I'll put your extensions in. And she was really calm. And so I felt like, okay, we're good. There was two other stylists working that day. And their clients were like, so when are we finishing this? And I'm like, the salon's falling apart. There's a car in the salon. Like what's going on here?
We got to figure out how to board this up by the end of the day.
Yes.
If not already the end of the day.
Yes. The funnier part about this story is like people were coming by because, you know, it happens. Tulsa, small town or smallish. Oklahoma's small. Like if something happens, everyone's there. Literally, clients were driving by, checking it out. Like everyone wants to see. Clients were coming in. Like, so my appointment's on Friday. I'll see you on Friday, right? And I'm like, well, I don't know what's gonna happen. Like, we just had a car come through.
Yeah, they're like that station works.
Are
the sinks broken?
Yeah. So we just had to I had to take the rest of the week off because mentally I was not okay. Like, I was like, is this a sign? Should I be doing this anymore?
I should have moved quicker.
I should have moved to Oklahoma City faster. Like, what the heck? But yeah, so, yeah, I would say the clients in Tulsa, if a car comes through, they're still coming in.
We're like soul sisters, though, because remember I almost got shot.
Yes.
No, I'm just kidding. I didn't really, but I got threatened to be shot, and you actually almost died.
We've had these near-death experiences.
Yeah, mine's still kind of in progress. I keep teasing everyone, like if you followed like any interview that I've done, or if you've met me, I'm just like, yeah, I'm still doing her hair, and her husband does not know yet. I love that for me. So, Sidney, we need to go on another adventure. With that being said, let's tell the story of when we first hung out in Dallas.
Oh,
it was amazing. It was so
fun.
Tracy, forgive me because I will tell excerpts which she doesn't care, but it was just such a great night. I think I want to start with we were at Wahlburgers. And that guy started yelling.
Oh my gosh.
Do you remember he started yelling at the server started yelling at a customer, and he was like, was there something wrong with the service? And we were like,
yes.
What's happening? It was like a party of like 8, and they like left no tip. And it was like the first time in my life like I've seen like a server confront somebody about it. And he was like, I did a great job and you leave nothing. And we were like, what?
What is happening? That was crazy.
And then I got a free milkshake. And then where did we go? We went to
we went to like the well-known bar in Dallas, like by the Star.
Concrete Cowboy. Was that what it's called?
Yes.
Start that one off because I have my ideas of what was going on.
Well, let's see. We walk in and everyone has their like private sections. Okay, cool.
Like literally everyone is in a booth.
But they're not sitting.
They're sitting on top of like the booth things.
Yeah.
And then who was the one that noticed? Like, I think it was Josh. He goes, where are the girls? This is a sausage fest. And then it was like you and Tracy were the only girls besides the women that were working there.
Yes.
And then they had like UFC on. So I'm like, all dudes watching dudes fight in their underwear. I mean, it's my kind of place. But then I came to the conclusion of they were doing drugs. Everyone was on drugs
Yeah.
because they were all really weird that night.
Nobody was like talking to each other. They were all to themselves. It was very uncomfortable. And I just wanted to dance. So I was like, Tracy, let's go to the dance floor. And I think her and I were the only ones dancing.
Yes, so we lost you for a minute, and then it was like me and Josh had a very interesting conversation. I really can't recall it, but I just remember he was like, yeah, that's what it was. He thought that because all the guys were staring at us.
Oh, okay.
And he thought that they wanted to fight.
Yes.
And he was like, just know if something pops off, I got you. And I was like, yeah. The next day he was like, I don't even know why I said that. I was like, I went with it. Then we like decided to leave.
Yeah, we were like, let's leave this place. I was like, I'm ready to dance. No one's dancing. Let's go.
And then Tracy is rapping outside of like the Dallas training facility that's across the street.
Yes.
I forgot what song it was.
I don't even know.
She was like, I don't give a fuck. And I'm like, oh my God, you know all the words. I don't even know them. And then somehow, I think we like almost like lost them or ditched them on accident. And then we ended up going to Roundup.
No,
we went to the
I think they wanted to go home. They were ready to go to sleep. And you and I were like, no.
Wait, no,
We're
we almost
continuing.
left Josh.
Oh, we left yeah, because he did not want to go with us.
No, he was standing by a bunch of bushes and he was like, smoke. We don't even know where he got the cigarette. And he's like, y'all go. I'm good. We were like, you don't even know where you are. And he was like, I'm good. I'll make it back. I'll meet y'all later. He was like, we don't even know where we're going. And then we met whose birthday it is today. A man named David who doesn't want to date me. Sidney's really good friend.
Yeah, for some reason.
It was fun while it lasted because we met him out, and then I saw the feisty side of Sidney. We were supposed to do karaoke, right?
Yeah, we booked a song to sing karaoke.
Toxic, right?
Yes.
It was a Britney Spears song. We never got called. And it was the most horrible not the karaoke's supposed to be great, but it was terrible.
Yeah, people were awful. So I didn't feel like, I'm not a great singer, but I felt like we were going to have a great time. It was going to be so much fun. And then no one called our names.
And
so I was
we
ready
would
to
have ate
fight.
them up.
We would have.
We would have left no crumbs. There wouldn't have been a plate to get seconds on. But this is my favorite story, and it's literally 2 seconds, so I'm sorry for the buildup. But there was a bunch of twinks in heels and lace outfits, like lingerie. And me and Sidney are just getting it on the dance floor. I'm dancing with random people, and she's like swinging her long, luscious hair. And for some reason, these bag of bitches decide to like ram through us. And Sidney's like, no. And so she like bags back or something like that. And they're like,
They were in my way. I was trying to dance. I was there first.
Move. And he was like, we're trying to get through. She goes, you can go around. And then she just like whips him. And I was like, dang, girl. You were like, I don't play.
No, you're 22 inches too close to me.
Yeah.
Get away.
Like social distance
Yes.
the fuck to hell.
Exactly.
That was kind of mean.
Get outta
but
here.
We hated them that night. I have no idea. And they were like 6 feet tall. And I'm like, and you're wearing heels.
I don't remember how tall they were.
Yeah, it was kind of a blur.
It was.
And then I tried to convince David to have a sleepover. He wasn't having it.
No. We tried. And I tried too. I was like, just make out for a second. Come on. What's wrong with that?
You weren't on the downside of it, but you were just like, I need to go to bed.
Yeah.
And I said, let's go to David's bed. Anyways, let's move on. I'm heartbroken. Any advice being in the hair industry for 9, 10 years?
10 years
10
this year. It's
years.
crazy.
You're too young to have a decade under your belt.
I know. College is not for me. And I have to say, like, to people, like, if you think college, do this, do that, okay, cool. But, like, that's not the end of it. Like, you can go to a trade school. Trade schools are fine. Like, living with not so much debt, like college people are. So,
well, and
I'm ready for hairstylists.
You know, college is for certain people, but I will say, kind of listen to your inner voice to like piggyback off of that, because do your research, because again, too, I think that it's ingrained in us that like sometimes like a trade is like
yeah,
not
not as good or
not
not
as
good,
good,
or not good
or
enough.
the status. You know, it's
Yeah.
like the status of it. It's like a lot of people are having like trades and they're flying under the radar, making so much money. Not that that's all about,
No.
you know, life, but yeah, it's just like, why not be happy and do something that
Like
is just
earlier,
as
I said,
good.
you know, you want to make people feel good, and I feel like that's what it should be.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if you're happy, like, you need to share that with other people and make other people feel happy, and that's what people feel good after that.
Do you see why I love her? She's like the light. She can get down and dirty,
I
but
can
she
get
spreads love.
yes.
And I love that.
I love you.
Stop it. Because you know I lack self-love. Just kidding. That is it. That's another one in the books for Hair Mafia. So we're going to take them out with little scissors. You know,
Okay.
like, watch that. Thank you for being here.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
You're
I've
so
enjoyed
welcome.
this.
Come anytime. We can do like a platonic throuple.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.